What a great NXT tonight. So many great talking points. A few bullet points from towards the end of the show. Cedric Alexander is now on NXT, and so is Ashante the Adonis. How cool is that? They weren't being used on the main roster. There's nothing for them there. Let's do something on NXT. Let's find something that works and eventually get them back up. I'm down with that. This is things you might have missed from a stacked NXT. Make sure you hit the like button, and if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button too. The new NXT champion Ethan Page will kick off the show tonight. All Ego was celebrating. All Ego Ethan Page, the biggest heel right now in NXT. The crowd chanting shut the hell up at him. Just didn't even throw him though. Ethan Page just lapped it up and just continued the promo like nothing was happening. Wwe Nxt would come out and distract all the security of Ethan Page. And do you know what? It was only in this moment I realised what they've done. Wwe Nxt hates Ethan Page. There's a blood feud between the two. Ethan Page, now being the world champion, elevates Wwe Nxt, win, lose or draw, to an NXT title match. That's pretty cool for him. Ethan Page would declare the whoop that era is over and the all ego era is now. Trick Williams would come out demanding a rematch, which would bring out Shawn Spears and of course Javon Evans. The Fatal 4-Way participants would then brawl, which would set up a tag team match for later on in the main event. Kind of. Brooks Jensen made his return to TV tonight, meeting with general manager of NXT, Ava. And after weeks of Brooks Jensen trashing the company on social media of him invading NXT shows, Ava would reveal that he came close to losing his job. Ava would clarify, though, that Shawn Michaels and herself are willing to give Brooks Jensen a second chance. I really thought Ava killed it in this role tonight, which I thought was really good. A nice highlight for her as general manager. It was almost like instant relief for Brooks Jensen, who apologised, shook the hand of Ava, and said that he's not going to let her regret it, that he is going to make an impact because he's a second-generation star, and this is all he's ever wanted to do. Nice little highlight for Brooks Jensen there. Get him over, establishing his heritage in pro wrestling. That's pretty cool. Brooks Jensen's idea of impact was taking out Javon Evans before the main event backstage. Whatever could that mean? And of course we found out Josh Briggs was the guy who stuck his neck on the line for his former tag team partner. Could we see a proper tag team reunion now? Well, Trick would declare that going into this main event, a handicap match would be a foolish thing to do. So he needed to find a partner. As he walked away, Hendry would appear on the screen. There was obviously other teases throughout the show, but this is just the most obvious thing you could do, right? Well, Hendry would be the mystery tag partner tonight for the main event of NXT. It would be Wwe Nxt attacking Ethan Page, making him run away from his tag team partner, allowing Hendry to be the person to get the pinfall victory tonight. Commentary did say, has a new challenger for Ethan Page emerged? Really cool main event. Really cool to see Hendry in NXT. I'm genuinely curious, if you've never seen him wrestle before tonight, obviously Hendry is known for the song, he's known for the memes. What do you think of him wrestling if you've never seen him wrestle? Let me know in the comments down below. First No Quarter Catch crew killed off Drew Gulak. Well, they got the family to do it. Now, it is heavily implied that Damon Kemp is in the trunk of the car. Ren Sinclair didn't see anything, so definitely don't ask her if it was him, but we all know it was, right? Obviously, Damon Kemp just released by WWE. Well, his contract wasn't renewed, and obviously this is how they're writing him off of TV. They said that mistakes were made, so poor Damon Kemp, R.I.P. A very somber and stoic Wes Lee would come out tonight to address his future in NXT. Obviously upset that he lost to Femi at Heatwave. He said all he wanted to do was win back his NXT North American Championship. And they teased it, man. They teased it. Wes Lee, he looked like he was about to retire. He looked like he was about to say he's done. Whether he was going to go somewhere else, go up to the main roster or whatever, it did look like Wes Lee was about to leave NXT. Until some old friends would come to his aid. That's right, from TNA, Trey Miguel and Zachary Wentz, the Rascalz would make their debut, return, whatever, on NXT. Complete again with an entire name graphic with a TNA logo on it. That's insane to see, isn't it, on a WWE show? But still very cool. Of course, they wanted to get MSK and the Rascals back together. Wes Lee accepted, and we've got the reunion. They are about to run roughshod over NXT. This is pretty cool. With DJ Eddie Thorpe stood on the platform performing during the match, it would be Lexus King versus Tony D'Angelo in a Heritage Cup match. You know my thoughts on the Heritage Cup. It's not my favourite. I think the round system genuinely does kill the momentum of the match. I think this time, again, they did a really cool thing in the middle of the rounds, having Eddie Thorpe perform, having the little storyline between Lexus King and Eddie Thorpe play out, just added something to the downtime. And by the time you got to round 4, it was one apiece, and it would be that devastating, awesome spinebuster by Tony D'Angelo putting away Lexus King. Tony D'Angelo retaining the Heritage Cup. Karmen Petrovic went one-on-one with Ariana Grace tonight. This match came around on Sunday after Heatwave, after the two were a success in their tag team match on the kickoff show. Ariana Grace said, well, that's it, I don't want to team with you anymore, and this led to the match to find out who's the better one. With their opponents from Heatwave watching on, the match would continue with Karmen Petrovic picking up the win. It would be only then that Fallon Henley would attack from behind. I thought this was out of nowhere, to be fair. Fallon Henley has turned heel recently, and of course she left the ring telling JC Jane that she is sick of these rookies. Given Fallon Henley obviously a heel sort of veteran-like role, but is she going to join JC Jane? Potentially. What has Ridge Holland done now? Chase U unsuccessful on Sunday, but Ridge Holland came bearing gifts tonight. First to Thea Hale, he got the match with Izzy Dane for tonight. He said that this match tonight for Thea Hale would give her the opportunity to show NXT General Manager that she is ready for Roxanne Perez and the NXT Women's Championship. Well, Thea Hale would be successful and win her match. Little bit of help on the outside from Tatum Paxley, but Thea Hale was successful. Does this mean that Thea Hale is now in the running for an NXT Women's title match? But it's the second gift that Ridge Holland gave Chase U tonight. It's a little bit questionable. He got Duke Hudson a championship match next week. The only catch is it's for the North American Championship against Oba Femi. Oh boy. And with Chase U in the ring after Thea Hale's victory, Oba Femi would appear on the platform and warn Duke Hudson. And Duke Hudson, to be fair to him, he held his own in the promo. He's not scared of Oba Femi. I think next week, though, poor Duke. Gallus was successful tonight. I thought this match was actually really good. It was all it needed to be. Short, sweet, straight to the point as they defeated Tyson and Tyreek. And then later on tonight, we'd actually see Gallus backstage meeting up with MSK Rascalz. An important segment because it allowed the team of the Rascalz to clarify something. Wes Lee and Zachary Wentz will be known as MSK, but when it's the three of them, including Trey Miguel, it will be the Rascalz. So that's pretty cool. Great to see them back. It looks like their first match feud will be with Gallus. That's perfectly fine. The OC were back on NXT tonight in tag team action. They've had a long feud with OTM, and I've got to give some credit, man. That entrance for OTM was freaking amazing. I wasn't a fan of OTM, but the presentation of them in recent weeks has been great. Genuinely, I would love to see what their future is now, and I think they have unlimited potential, and just giving them a highlight, giving them the spotlight a little bit, all it took. Brilliant. Things would break down on the outside as Mishin would get involved in the match. Jada Parker on the outside as well. It looks like that feud will continue. But OTM picking up the big upset victory tonight. I think we can call it that. But I think this feud has to end in a 6-person tag, doesn't it? We didn't have to wait long for a question from earlier in the night as JC Jane and Jasmine Nix would come out during the match with Sol Ruka and Fallon Henley and beat down Sol Ruka. While they didn't unite completely, we're pretty confident they're going to be a team now, right? Tatum Paxley was talking to a doll, which I think was a representation of Izzy Dane. And of course, well, she beheaded it. But this is the most interesting part. It was picked up by Wendy Choo. Once again, they're teasing Wendy and Tatum as a team. I desperately want to see it. I think this NXT had everything. It had surprises. It had moments. It had talking points. For me, 10 out of 10. Very fair. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, never miss an upload, like the video, share the video. See you next time. Peace!